any online experience? Very good. Who has online experience of teaching young learners? Great, great. Okay, so thank you. Let's start. Okay. So in this session, I'm going to tell you about organizing lessons online, about the platform that you can use for that, about methodology, and choosing content. So I'm going to focus mainly on the types of exercises, yes, and activities you can choose for young learners. So most of my presentation will be about number 3. Okay? So, and of course at the end you'll have an opportunity to ask me questions. Okay? Okay, so before I start, so I'd like to say a few words about myself and my online experience. So I got my first taste of distance learning, so when I enrolled distance courses at Stanford University in 2005. It was sociology, not teaching, but I recognized so the online format, its future, its potential, yes, and got my first-hand experience. I've been an English teacher since 2003 and an online English teacher since 2012. Last year, was it? Yes, 2017, I won a scholarship, so had a scholarship competition also on digital tools. So because the topic was so close to, to me, so that I decided to enroll and went to Oxford for a nice trip, thanks to this scholarship. Now I work at Scekic, so I was senior methodologist until recently, so now I'm content producer for young learners, so for the preschool and primary sectors. So, and I'm going to tell you about our experience at Scekic, so what we've done with young learners, what we are planning, and how it actually works. Okay, so do you have your phones on you?
Yeah.
Are they connected to the internet?
Yeah.
Great, okay, so then I would like an experiment. So please follow the instructions on the screen. Okay, so please go. 1 second. There you go.
It's website or app.
No, never mind. Okay, so let's do it without the phones. Yeah, that's when technology actually fails us. So, in your opinion, so what is teaching young learners actually like? So, one word. Okay, just if you have an idea, just put your hand up. What is it like? Okay.
It is like a challenge.
A challenge. Yes, it's challenging, definitely. Any other ideas?
Like
Okay.
adventure.
It's an adventure. Great. Okay.
It's a quest.
A quest. Yes, definitely. Okay.
It's fun. Fun.
Fun. Games. Okay.
Skype crashes.
Okay, that's right. Okay, so it's all of these things. It's a challenge, but yes, if you know how to do it, it's real fun. Okay. Okay, so now I'm going to tell you a bit about the methodology, so that we and the platform. So to actually teach young learners online, the way I see it, so you need 3 main components. Of course, I mean, minus your computer and internet connection. So make sure you have a big screen. It means that make sure that your learner can see you, yes, very well. So why is it important? You know that children depend on emotion. So they like, yes, this connection with their teacher. So, and it's very important that they see your face. They see your emotions, gestures. Yes, that's also part of methodology. I'm going to tell you about that later. So TPR, etc., etc. So practically everything so you do online so is with emotion, with gestures, with miming. Okay, so and it's very important that your learners can see you properly. Also, imagine teaching 4-year-olds. They are not very computer literate. It can be a big problem. Even scrolling the screen down can become a challenge. So that's why, when necessary, so you need to be able to do things for them, yes, or to show them how to do things. So that's why it's important that the platform you're using has video and audio sharing. It means that you can show your computer, yes, to your learner and do things for them, okay? So they can do it orally and you just help them, yes, to do the exercises. Okay, and of course online materials. Yes, everything should be digital on your computer. So, and there are many ways, yes, many actually sources you can drive from. Okay, about methodology, nothing too complicated, so we actually borrowed our methodology from Herbert Puchta. Sounds familiar? Yes, and his famous SMILE methodology. So you know that it's an acronym, yes, and each letter stands for something. So letter S, so skill-oriented learning. You should develop all your learner skills, okay, so listening, speaking, of course, reading if they're ready for that, writing, yes, if they go to school, not with preschoolers. For preschoolers it's just speaking and listening mostly, plus all other skills, soft skills, 21st century skills, okay, logical thinking, etc. So it's, yes, a challenge. Okay. So multi-sensory learner motivation, very important. So young learners, so they have different ways of receiving information. Some have visual memory, some have audio memory, etc. So to be effective, so you need to engage all these sources of receiving information. It's especially important when you teach vocabulary, for example. You say a word, so you show a picture, you say it, you do a gesture. If, for example, if it's an animal, you can also imitate the sound. So anything possible, okay? So all sources must be involved. Okay? Thank you. Okay? So intelligence building activities. According to Puchta, yes, there are different intelligences, so they're called multiple intelligences. For example, mathematical, musical, right, etc., etc. So, and activities, yes, that you choose and you prepare for your learners, so they should focus on all these different kinds. Sorry, what do I click? This? Great, thank you. Long-term memory storage through repetition, so constant repetition, okay? Maybe don't choose too much material for the learner, but better focus on repetition. Besides, you know that you can do it very well through singing, chants, okay, rhyming, etc. So you can play their favorite games as many times as they wish, right? And finally, exciting sketches, stories, and games. So I always say that teaching young learners is very similar to telling a story, and the teacher is a storyteller. For example, so meet Al, so this is our character, and we tell his story to our learners, so that I'm going to tell you as well. Before I do, think about teaching online, whether or not you have this experience. Think about it. So what would you bring to your online class? So what do you think can make a real difference? And think about offline tools. For example, when I first imagined it, I thought about flashcards, yes? I always use flashcards, online or offline, so and I find it very helpful. Any other ideas? What else can make a real difference? Something you use offline, yeah, but that you can also use online. Realia. Okay, a whiteboard I hear, very good. Games. Board games, okay, like you show it to the camera, yes? Videos, okay, these are online materials, yes, but I speak something, yes. Flashcards, yes, a whiteboard, yes. Realia, somebody said, yes, definitely. Toys, that's right, okay, great. All of these things can be handy. all people at deck, yes, so what do they say? So anything that can help you connect with your learner and anything that can make your lesson memorable and fun, yeah, just use it. Okay, so here is Zell. He says, I'm from Mars and I want to learn English with you, and that's how actually our learners start their experience. So they learn about L, and then L gets into different difficult situations that he doesn't really know how to react in. For example, look at this picture. He doesn't know what furniture is for, so let's learn about furniture, yes? So let's learn the words and let's tell L what it is, where to put it, what to do with it. Or here, L doesn't know anything about weather or anything about dressing for the weather. Let's tell him about it. So children like stories, like I said. So they need a context for their learning, okay? And they also like to be helpful. So if you give them a mission, so it's a very strong motivator. Okay, so now I'm going to tell about choosing materials. And this is just a screenshot from one of our slides. And the way children learn vocabulary. Make sure that when presenting vocabulary, you show one picture at a time, okay? So, for example, here you see a princess, okay? You want your learners to learn different words, okay? Not many, maybe 5, 6, not more. And do it like this. So, like I said before, you show a picture. You could elicit what it means from the child, because you know that young children nowadays, they watch a lot of videos, so they are very knowledgeable, yes? So they will know something. So it's good if you check that first, and if they know that they know this word, so this is great. Anyway, so you do a gesture, you mime the word, okay, and you repeat it many times. Something that you can use off the platform, and I mean our platform that we call Wimbox. Quizlet, yes, works in a similar way. For example, look here. It's a screenshot from a slider, yes, a slideshow that you can use. Online flashcards, a great tool to introduce vocabulary, okay? There are also games. Yes, for example, this is a memory game. If your learners can read, yes, so you can play something like that. There is a timer which adds more challenge, and they like it a lot. Okay, pictures, a lot of pictures. So make sure you have a lot of pictures. For example, this is a song for preschoolers. You know that they can't read. If you show them the lyrics, so it will mean nothing to them. They are pre-literate, okay? But if you put it, if you translate it into pictures, it will look like this. It's something that they understand. So on our platform, so almost every slide, if not all, so pictures, 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 all rhymes, all songs, yes, vocabulary, everything through pictures. And of course, children like singing. Okay, so they will have their favorite songs. Yes, and yeah, you need to love it too. Okay, at Scekic, yes, we made one step forward, and we studied kinesiology. Is anybody familiar? Okay, very good. So then you know that it's something like exercise for the brain. Okay, small children, they can't sit on one place for too long. Yes, and by the way, I didn't say that lessons should be short. For preschoolers, we do 25 minutes. For primary learners, 40. But even this is a challenge. So that's why we include a lot of games and a lot of physical activity, actually. So I'm going to play this video for you.
It's time to say hello, my friend, say hello.
Okay, so this is how our lessons start. So they start with a hello song and with gestures, with dancing. And it's not just the start of the lesson, in the middle of the lesson, usually at the end. So we do active breaks like this, okay? So, and yes, it's good. What now? Thank you. Yes, a very good resource that I recommend, which uses a lot of TPR. Maybe you even know about that. Sing It with Toby. So it's one of super simple songs projects, right? So it has two characters, Toby, yes, and the lady. So they sing famous songs and with gestures. So they do a lot of gestures. So and that's perfect. Okay, so that's 100% fit. Yes, for your learners. Check it out. Okay, somebody mentioned games. We actually find it a great challenge. So we know that children like playing games, but how do you do that online? So it's just a screenshot from our platform, so that's what a board game looks for us. So, and you can do something similar. So you can only show the board, okay, and what then? So 2 players. So, and we've come up with many solutions. We use online spinners. For example, this one is from We'll Decide. Check it out, so it's called We'll Decide. We also use online dices, timers, okay? If it doesn't work, so you can also do something like prepare 2 pencils, for example, a red pencil and a blue pencil. You hide the pencils behind your back and you ask your pupil to choose. And before you start the game, you explain. So a red pencil means 1 step on the board. The blue pencil means 2 steps on the board, okay? And that's how it works. Okay, one more thing that our learners just love, drawing. Of course, drawing is children's favorite activity. So this is from our platform, but this is like complicated, yes? But it doesn't have to be online. Drawing can be offline, so these are our offline projects, so you see how our teachers, students and teachers to get creative. And you can ask them to draw it at home, yes, and they will show you next time. So they like a project, okay? And if they do it well, so they like to show it, of course, to people. Make sure to praise them for that. Also, lessons can be fun. Dress up. For example, this is from our Halloween lessons. And it was a huge success. So imagine you tell the child, okay, next time wear a costume for the lesson, yes? And yourself as a teacher, so why not put on a mask or something, and it creates magic, yes, at your lesson. Okay, and about content, we use a lot of CLIL, so something that is very modern nowadays. For example, 2 slides from the platform. This is history, this is maths. And if you just Google CLIL, yes, of course you will find a lot of worksheets online. Yes, ready-made lessons, something that you can use. Okay, and try this. Something that is, yes, coming into fashion, virtual tours. Is anybody familiar with VR? Virtual reality, yes. So you can also do it on your computer. You show a video like this, so I'm not going to play it right now, so check it out. So it's a visit to Smithsonian Museum in Washington. So you can play it on your computer and you can take this tour with your child, okay? So you will hear the guide. She walks you through the museum and tells you about different exhibits. It can be part of your CLIL project. You'll have this presentation later, just click on that link below and it will take you to a website with many interesting VR ideas. Okay, I wanted to do something like an experiment. How much time do I have? 3 minutes. Okay, enough. So I would like you to find a partner. Just I would like you to work in pairs. Somebody, yes, the person closest to you. You can do it in groups if you like. Okay, whichever. Okay, and one of you is going to tell a story now. Something very simple, and you will only have 30 seconds for that. So please tell a story of how you got here today. Yeah, as simple as that. How did you get here to this conference? How did you travel? Where did you come from? How did you travel? Okay, 30 seconds. it an interesting story? Very good. Okay, now here is the twist. Tell the story again as if it were a fairy tale. Dragons, monsters, princes and princesses, and everything will do, okay? Castle or something, or you are a princess, yes, so you live in a castle. One day you got a letter, yes, it invited you to a conference. So you took your carriage, yes, and you, etc., etc. Okay, 30 more seconds. Okay. So did you unlock Dickens in yourself? Very good. Okay. So that's what you should do if you want to teach young learners online. Princes and princesses and dragons and magical creatures. Okay, thank you. So now if you have questions. Huh? Yes, please.
Hello. I also teach at Scekic.
Okay.
I also teach at Scekic, but I mostly work with adults. So I have a question: how to do with young learners? Do they see all of you? Do you stand up?
Usually till here.
Here.
They see half of you.
So how do you sing these songs with gestures?
Yes, yes.
How do you?
Unless you need to stand up. Sometimes you need to stand up for a song. Yes. Yes. You do it in front of the camera. You just take a step backwards, yes, and they see more of you.
How challenging do you find it?
It is, but nothing that can't be learned. Yes.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much. One more question. Yeah.
Hi. Well, you mentioned your platform, but your company is called Scekic, so I was wondering whether it's Skype really, because on Skype, as you guys I don't know, you probably know that you cannot share the audio via
You can.
Skype.
Yeah.
You can right
Nowadays you
Now you
can.
can? Really? Well, no more questions, guys, because I switched to Google Hangouts. I was like, I couldn't do it.
You can, yes. So thank you for the question, by the way. So yes, I didn't mention the technology that you can actually
You
use.
can play MP3 and it's going to play on the other side.
Yes, yes.
Wow.
You just need to do one click. Yes. So when you share your screen, it offers you to share the audio too. Yes, and you can use Zoom. Zoom has audio sharing, video and audio sharing. Yes, too.
Okay, more questions. Anyone? Okay, one more.
Yes, I had a question on what if you mentioned 4-year-olds, yes? What if their attention just goes away completely and you cannot even see him or her because he's under the table on the radio or something like that?
So what should you do if the child goes away and you can't see him? Goes to the bathroom, for example, hides away.
You wish for the best that he will come back. Just kidding. No, that's what the methodology is for. Yes, so the content. We try to do anything possible to motivate children, to keep them interested. So constant change of activities, music, games, anything. So by the way, we use puppets too. So, for example, this is the puppet of our Elle character. Hi! Yes. So, and Elle can magically, yes, pop up on your screen whenever possible, yes?
And one more question connected to this. I use Zoom to to study, to teach, and for some reason, I don't know why, I cannot share video. For example, I have Mac and I have external, how is it called? External CD-ROM, DVD-ROM.
Okay.
Yes? Maybe this is the reason.
Well, you definitely try different devices, different browsers.
So no one has a similar problem?
I don't know how to do that. So I
She knows how to fix it. Find her.
Yeah.
Okay, I can come up and ask
Yeah,
if no one is
the
interested.
workshop. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. Unfortunately, we are out of time. But if you do have some questions,
I'll stick around.
yeah, Maria is going to stay here, so you can ask her personally. And Maria, thank you so much for
Thank you.
coming. Let's say thank you.